Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wizard's Table podcast. I'm your host, Ken Allen, and of course, the most beautiful co-host, Mistress B. She's right there.
Hi, everybody.
You know what, Mistress B? I absolutely love that RU Media cassette tape thing.
Yeah.
Where it goes boom, 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 and it rotates and stuff. It's so cool. I love that. Love the graphics of that. So, but I'm looking forward to the podcast tonight because tonight we have some very cool, wonderful, beautiful ladies, Donna and Chelsea. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Donna and Chelsea are the mother and daughter duo who conquer it all. So they're conquerors. They're conquistadors. Together, they run Spirit Walkers Paranormal Investigations. They do psychic fairs, and they have their own spiritual and even random. We talk about random things, but spiritual and paranormal related. On your podcast, you guys have a podcast called Spirit Sisters.
Yes.
And I love it. I think it's great. I know that Donna, you have been using your spiritually given gifts your whole life.
Yes, I have.
Sometimes in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a little kitchen witchery.
Yeah.
Kitchen witchery.
Yeah. Massages, Reiki sessions.
Mm-hmm.
You guys also do investigations, paranormal investigations. You guys do psychic readings. Both of you guys are psychic, right?
Yes.
Mostly psycho, but yes.
Psycho.
You're in the right place.
You're definitely in the right place. I could definitely tell you guys were a little psycho. You know why?
Because we're here.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, you guys also practice sorcery. You practice magic in one form or another. Yeah, am I correct?
Yep.
So, do you guys consider yourselves witches, sorceresses?
Sorceresses sounds.
Doesn't that sound cool? Sorceresses?
I just call myself Donna.
Yeah.
But do you guys are you guys witches?
Yeah.
Sure.
Awesome. 100%. She said.
It's true.
We mostly go with bitches over witches, but either or.
There's a fine line.
Yes.
Very fun.
There's a gray area.
Depends on how pissed off you are.
You got that.
Also depends on if I get my coffee in the morning.
For sure.
You know what? I love coffee.
It's a matter of national emergency.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Chelsea, I love coffee, but it just makes me too jittery. I have to be careful.
That's
so,
Sound familiar?
right?
I don't get jittery. Listen.
Tell the truth. You know what they say.
It's like I have
You know what?
Parkinson's. It's not that big a deal. It's
I'm
not
the
that
same.
big a deal.
I'm the same way, though. Tell the truth. What do they say? Tell the truth, shame the devil, right?
Yes.
Or they say, and this is from watching a lot of Medea movies, the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. I love Medea. Anyway, you guys are great. I've been on your podcast in the past, and you guys were very accommodating, very nice, and very supportive, and I appreciate that greatly. So let me start by asking you guys, what are you doing now, other than the podcast, of course?
Eating food. How literal do you want to?
You know what? Let's roll with that. What are you eating, Donna?
Shrimp poppers and chicken nuggets.
And that's because you guys are located where?
Well, right now in the middle of the woods.
In the middle of the woods. Where, though?
In the ghost town of Damon.
Tell me about that place. I'm intrigued.
Oh, yes. Do tell us.
Please.
It's 20 acres up in the middle of state and federal land. And it's an 1979 hippie shack 14 by 70 trailer, and we love it.
That's awesome.
Right up the road, there's 2 buildings left of the ghost town.
2 buildings and a cemetery, and the cemetery has unmarked graves from back in the first plague days.
Really?
From the influenza from like the 1918, 1920 area. So there's a bunch of
1800s, honey.
I thought it was 1900s.
No, late
This is why I
1800s.
make her talk about it.
Get it right, Donna. Tell them, Donna.
But there's a bunch of unmarked children's graves from
Oh,
that time as well.
that's very sad, though.
It
Yeah.
is. It really is.
So, have you guys done any investigations here?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And
I am completely all ears. I want to know about that.
absolutely fascinating. We've had a lot of besides growling. We've had a lot of spiritual little children come through. We've had a lady in white that actually crosses the back of the hills out here. And there's nothing, mean, there's nothing demonic. You can just tell they're here forever.
Mm-hmm.
You have established communication with these spirits?
Yes. Yes.
With how many, would you say?
Oh geez. Are we talking just here?
Yeah, for the time, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You probably have more than I have up here, but
Right now, I'd say at least 8.
yeah.
At least
8.
Yes.
Now, would that be children spirits or just spirits in general?
That's both.
Okay.
There's a lot more children than there are adults. And I think that's because their little souls are just here.
Yeah. That pains me so much when a child spirit is stuck in this plane. And it's been one of the things that I've really wanted to do is to help children spirits cross over. There's a lot of paranormal investigators that scoff at me saying that I'm not capable of doing that, or that no one, not just me, that no one is capable of helping a spirit cross over. And that is utter bullshit.
That is
100%.
You
Thank you.
people will be the first one that could help them.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well then on that note, how many spirits have you guys encountered, if you can remember, on a whole? I know, right? I know it's been a lot. I know it's a lot.
Well, I mean,
I couldn't even begin.
there's how many 364 days in a year, and I'm 30, so
You're 30 years old?
Yeah.
I swear, girl, you look like you're 19.
Oh, stop.
No, I'm for real.
No, you really do.
Ooh,
Yeah.
whatever.
No, I'm serious.
Ooh,
But go ahead. Go
Back on
ahead.
this show every day.
See, I don't look 30.
No, you're right. You look 40.
Well, I'm 45.
Do you
and I'm
see
not-
the shit that I put up with?
Yeah, how do you do it?
I
Just
don't
beat
know.
her. Beat her ass.
I can't. She's my mom.
Yeah, beat my ass.
Yeah, well,
I like
if you tried to beat her ass, it wouldn't work.
No, because I'd be the next one. Like, hey guys, I'm dead
But
now.
no, seriously, as long as you guys, okay, so, all right, how long have you guys been doing this?
Oh, Lord. I've been doing it since I was probably 14.
Mhm. And that 14 was about the age that I started doing things.
At 3 years
Yeah.
of age, I knew she was me all over again.
She knew the world was screwed.
How could you tell?
Well, actually, my husband came into the house with her, and she was screaming her little head off. They were out by the pole barn, and Chelsea went running to Daddy because all she seen was little shoes running around her.
They were red shoes, like they look like Converse. I can still remember it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And it scared him so much he went and actually he he literally pounded a stake in the area she was.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
Show me, and he brought her in because he didn't know. And I sat
Right.
at the counter and I said, "Tell me what you've seen," and she just blah 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 blah.
Which I still do.
Yep. So we went back out there, and sure enough, it's a little boy that's been on the farm for many, many years, and he just wanted to play, basically.
My 3-year-old Chelsea wasn't having that.
No,
No.
no.
Let me ask
I'm out. Peace.
methods, Donna. What methods did you guys use to establish communication?
I just talked to him.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have an established method,
No.
I'd say, because we talk to them like we are talking to you guys, you know. We treat them like they're just sitting here with
And
us.
depending on who it is, sometimes you get like that little voice back here,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and as you're talking, you just feel it. It's like it fills you, and you hear everything at that point.
See, I think that's great.
Mm.
That's the way to do it for sure.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
You know?
You guys are very respectful to the spirits. And to some degree, I would say that you guys can even relate to them. Yes?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You know, we're all going to end up a spirit one of these days,
That's right.
and you should treat them all accordingly.
Yep. It's one of those things that I always tell people because they're like, "Oh my God, how do you do ghost hunts and deal with that every single day of your life?" I'm like, dead people are just people.
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
absolutely.
People. And if you approach the situation and you start screaming at somebody, if somebody starts screaming at me and is being a total asshole, I'm not going to cooperate with you. So why would they?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you guys go on your investigations, do you rely solely on your gifts, or do you bring things like a spirit box and everything that lights up and buzzes?
We do both.
We do both.
Yep.
A lot of times the buzzing boxes, though,
It's a lot.
Now, do you guys approach your investigations from strictly a scientific or scientific and a spiritual place?
We do both. So usually with the investigations, I kind of go in with the more scientific side, and then she handles the spiritual side. But we also do both at the same time.
See, I think that's very important. I think that's amazing. A lot of paranormal investigators, they only want to rely on gadgets and gizmos and things that light up and go blink. But I love the fact that you guys rely on I don't know where she went. She'll be back.
Lost her.
I love the fact that you guys rely on not just the science, but also the magic, the mysticism, the psychic abilities. And Donna, you're very psychic. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yep.
She scares me.
Really? She scares me too.
Stop.
I can't. It's the wizard's table. I can't stop. No. Okay, Donna. No, seriously though. My mother's psychic. She's Sicilian.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know what it is about Sicilians, but we have extreme amounts of psychic energy that just surround us for some strange reason. Maybe it's because we have this rich mythology that that corresponds with the Greeks or something. I don't know. But besides the speculation, tell me about what's that?
Your energy, so they're coming to you.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
You're like
tell me.
beacon. You're just like,
Yeah.
Yes, I feel things all the time. I'll be honest with you and everybody watching. I cannot smoke marijuana. I used to do it in my 20s, and I thought I liked it, but I didn't, because I could feel everything.
Yes.
My third eye is open all the time anyway. So if I smoke marijuana, I'm just I got to go. I got to go to bed. And as my husband says, I go to bed and I lay down and I do cough and stuff. The paranoia is insane.
Well, that sounds familiar, doesn't it?
It does.
Where I
That's
like
weird.
smoking weed
Dude.
because I get so calm and I finally feel centered. And as an empath, it really helps me to block out all of the other stuff.
It don't help me at all. It drives me over the edge because I feel things deeply as it is. It makes me crazy as hell. And I got to go hide, you know. I've got like 5 closets in this house and I'll hide in any one of them. The closest one, I'll get into it. But Donna, what was the first psychic experience that you ever had that you can remember?
Because you grew up in a haunted house, huh?
That's right.
We live in one, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The first one that really sticks out in my mind is the night my grandfather died.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I was about, I'd have to count back. I was 12,
I don't know. I wasn't there.
possibly, but it was Halloween night. And I was giving out candy to the few kids in the country that came out there. And I stood up and it was like somebody hit me right in the chest. I mean, straight in the chest. And I dropped that ball and I started bawling. Like, Grandpa's gone.
Oh, no.
And within 30 seconds, this no shit, the phone's ringing and it's my grandma.
Do me a favor, Donna, and say no shit like you mean it.
No shit.
There you go, girl. Go ahead.
But anyway, I picked it up and grandma's like, get your mom. Grandpa's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And later on that night, he came to me. And just to say, hey, I'm okay. Everything's fine. But I was his number one. And he's still with me.
That's so sweet.
Yep. And then
Now, a lot of people right now listening are hearing growling noises.
Not dead people,
And
though.
I swear I did not call Lucifer. I did not call Pazuzu. I have not called any demons. Tell them what it is, Donna.
it's our demon dogs.
It's your demon.
Your little hellhounds.
They are Siberian Huskies and they're very vocal.
Only a smidgen.
Between the thunder and the growling, it sounds like we're operating a haunted podcast.
I know.
Well, nobody has to know.
Yeah, it's haunted. That's the official story we're going with.
That's right. We're in a haunted house summoning demons.
It's fine. We do it every day.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, tell me about some of your experiences, Chelsea. Some of the ones you remember.
Well,
Like the first ones you remember, because that's important to go back that far, you know, and to reminisce about that. I think that when you think about the stuff that first occurred to you to where you are now, is very important in your evolution. Because obviously you get your psychic power from your mother. It's the same way for me. I get my psychic abilities from my mother as well.
Yeah. I do remember the little boy running around me. That was a really surreal moment because I was riding my little 4-wheeler and I just something compelled me to stop, and I stood up on my 4-wheeler and I just started looking around and I just watched the shoes just run around me, and I was like, huh, that's weird. And then we know what happened after that.
Yeah, you're screaming at the banshee.
So you guys can both see things and hear things. That's really, really rare. How do you think that sort of stuff affects you? How do you separate it from everyday life, or do you just embrace it?
Great question.
You know, that is an excellent question. When I was younger, it was rough, especially during the puberty years. I attracted a couple of poltergeists at one point. It was very stressful.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, I remember one time I was at my aunt's house with mom, and I kept hearing her phone ring, and it just would ring and ring and ring. And I was getting super irritated. And finally I looked at my aunt and I'm like, are you going to answer your phone or not? And she's like, Chelsea, the phone's not ringing. And as soon as she said that, her phone actually started ringing. And she was like, what? Well, answer your phone.
Well, Chelsea, let me ask you this. With regards to the poltergeist, what can you tell me about that? What did you, in fact, experience with that?
Well, I remember there were nights where I'd be laying in bed and I could feel like a hand grabbing at my legs.
Could you wait? And I don't mean to interrupt, but it's important for me to ask, could you feel the texture and the temperature of the hand?
Yes. It felt like a grown man's hands just grabbing me. And I'm the kind of person where when I get scared, I get really pissed. So
Yeah.
I just instantly become angry, and I don't run. I just start yelling. I'm just like, would you please leave me the fuck alone? I'm not. So that happened 3 times. It also happened to me out of state when I was down in Florida. We had a phone. We still had a landline when I was in my early teens, and the phone would go on to speaker, and it would just go off the hook at 3:00 in the morning. God, what else happened?
At one point, you had all the they weren't posters; they were your pictures in the frames. So Iron Man pictures or something. They fell off the wall.
Oh, that still happens.
Boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Here we go again.
Okay. And that still happens?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They, it's to me, it's kind of comical now because every once in a while I feel like they want to mess with me. And I'm just like, guys, it's not working. Try harder.
Yeah.
And you will tell them, that, right?
Oh yeah, we're not shy. I mean,
yeah, good for you.
It's like, listen, we're a little beyond this, okay? Be a little more original for me.
Yeah,
that's a bit derivative.
Yeah.
That's the same way I approach a lot of spirits when I'm working with spirits. It doesn't matter if I'm working with Enochian magic, angels, or with goetic magic, if I'm working with demons or whatever. If they start to do things that I feel is a bit childish, I call them out on it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I do, they stop.
Yep.
They stop doing it.
They listen very well,
Well, and demons, angels, and even the jinn, they think in 4 dimensions. They really do. So, all right. Well, let me ask you guys this, and either one of you can answer. It doesn't matter. Donna, Chelsea, Spirit Sisters. What is, to the best of your knowledge, what is the most frightening situation you guys have ever been in during an investigation?
It comes up every time. Every fucking time.
And here we go.
Okay.
So there's this small little town in the Upper Peninsula called Newberry.
Okay.
I
love the name.
Yeah. If you look up Newberry online, you'll probably come up with Oswald's Bear Ranch.
Oh, let me write it down.
Okay. Oswald's Bear Ranch, that's like the biggest thing in Newberry because you get to see bears that they rescue.
It's actually the best thing in Newberry.
Oh, it's great.
That's so sweet.
It's a great family, and they rehabilitate bears from all over the world.
And you can get your picture taken with a bear while you're feeding him cereal. It's super cute. But anyway, so that's what you'll probably find. But in the actual town of Newberry, it's got its typical old buildings from like the 1800s.
And most of them up there were lumbering towns.
Yes.
Okay.
We were on vacation and hitting some places that kind of called to us. So we stopped at this old building and had a beautiful, beautiful bar on
Newberry
the inside.
Hotel is where it was.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Newberry Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything was like hand carved wood. It was gorgeous. So we sit down and we're having a couple drinks and eating some dinner, and I'm laughing because we had a really funny situation happen there too. But that was with living very stupid people.
It was still hilarious as hell. This guy thought he was Magnum PI, you know, shirt, Detroit Tiger hat, and I'm seriously, dude, Tom Selleck is much sexier than you could ever think of being.
Even today.
Yeah, absolutely. I would do him, but
she's not.
Eat crackers in my bed, baby.
now.
But
anyway, he's
Donna. You are a trip. I love you. Keep going, baby.
Anyway, he's an older guy, and he looks over at Chelsea, and it's just hit on her.
He would not leave me alone,
and I'm biting my tongue because I'm like, she's gonna lose it.
And I, if I sit next to somebody and I immediately, my gut's like, you're dick, I want nothing to do with you, I'm not going to be nice to you. That's just how I am. And I was not nice to this man, but he loved it.
Yeah.
So finally he starts just blatantly hitting on me. And I'm pretty sure I was just 21. So that pissed me off even more because I'm like, dude, you're old enough to be my grandfather. Fuck off. Okay. So I just got really annoyed, and I had a fake security badge in my purse. And so finally I had enough.
Yes, we know that's illegal, but
not do this.
No.
But I whipped it out and I said, you want to keep it up? I'm going to take you in. And he was like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you worked with the law. I'm like, yeah, and you do now, don't you? And then she did the same thing. So he left us alone. So that was the funny situation in a nutshell. But the Newberry Hotel, when we were talking to the barkeep, we were,
who was the owner,
we were asking, was it a woman?
Yes, his wife.
We were just asking, like, has anything ever happened in this building? Like, is it haunted? Any experiences? Blah, blah, blah. So she actually takes us upstairs into the hotel portion, and it wasn't great just because it was run down.
It was run down.
And but she took us on a tour and showed us around, and she's like, you guys can stay here tonight if you want to. You're more than welcome to do an investigation. And we're like, hell yeah. So I bring out all my stuff and we settle down in the room. Now, mind you, being that it was run down, there was no heat. It was the middle of winter. It was freezing. So we're like, well, we're not going to sleep anyway, so it's fine. And so we're conducting our investigation, and I'm kind of, just taking the temperature everywhere just to get a baseline, and we're taking pictures. And my mom's like, Chelsea, come here, look at this picture. And she had just taken a picture of a window at the end of a hall. And we looked at the picture on the camera, and there were screaming faces all the way down the window.
Interesting.
So once
that blew my mind, because like I wasn't even expecting that.
I'm sure.
So when that started happening, I was like, all right, that's cool. We then had a very dark entity, and it kind of was just messing with us. So it would follow us around the building.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't leave us alone. There was one point where we were both in the hotel room, and I was standing in front of Mom. She was sitting on the bed, and I look over next to her, and you can see the indent of somebody physically sitting down next to her. And she looks at me, and I look at her, and she's like, we gotta go.
Oh no.
Matt sat next to me. I was frigid purple cold. Goosebumps from head to feet, and all I felt was danger,
pure evil.
You got to go.
Yeah.
So Donna, you felt it.
Yeah.
You were frightened by this entity.
It actually did kind of shake me up.
This was the only time we've ever said, fuck it, we're out.
Yeah. We've never left anywhere except there.
And the crazy part was that's not where it ends.
No, it got worse.
We left. It was probably 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And we took off down the road to try to find another place to actually sleep because we were exhausted. And we finally found a place. And I remember when I laid down, I had nightmares all night of the same black entity. It just kept coming after me. It wouldn't leave me alone. And it wasn't a dream was the problem. He was actually there.
Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of entities, they can communicate with you, and they will, in fact, literally enter your dreams.
Yep.
Yes.
And communicate with you that way. Now, Donna, I'm very impressed by the fact that you guys said you got a baseline reading. To me, that says professionalism. You guys aren't amateurs.
No.
You know, this is not your first rodeo. You guys know what you're doing.
And it's more than your career. It's your whole life.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's like a calling.
Yep.
But and you love it.
We do.
Oh, yeah.
If we can,
Look at her.
we can help somebody,
So-
it's better.
What I'm curious, being actually like practicing magic and stuff like that and having your abilities and stuff, what sort of things do you guys do to keep yourself grounded and protected? Because we talk to a lot of paranormal investigators and they're like, oh yeah, I keep salt in my pocket, or I have some sort of charm or amulet. And we have to stifle a giggle because we're like, okay, that's cute. Like, we got to step it up.
Why
So, yeah, as actual witches, sorceresses, what do you guys do?
We do a lot of meditating, a lot of tree hugging, as I call it, out in the forest. And spiritually, we've built internal walls.
Yep.
And when you get that feeling of walking in there and you just know it's not right, you start building that wall up to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so far been real well, you know.
And when you build that wall up, tree hugger or not, salt carrier or not, when you build that wall up, you're actually strengthening your aura. And your aura is like, and I'm going to say this because I'm a mega Star Trek fan. I love Star Trek. You're reinforcing your shields.
Yep.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
the stronger your aura, the stronger your shields.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And what's that?
I said, you got it.
Let's talk a little bit about your magic. Let's talk a little bit about the sorceretic practices that you guys do. Donna, can we start with you?
Sure.
When and how did you get started doing that?
Oh my God. I'm so old I don't remember.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, come on, girl. You don't look that old, baby. Come on now, baby.
Yeah.
You don't. Unless you have caked Noxzema on since 1972, you do not look that.
No, not Sema. Thank God. No.
Sea breeze, remember that shit?
Yeah.
Yes, she does. No,
I'd say about
seriously.
15, a group of us started getting into the magic part of it real good, and I've got a couple cousins that still practice. I have, well, actually, we have my godson. He's right on the money with both
My
of
baby
us,
brother.
Aw.
and it's wonderful. I mean, the more you practice, the better you get.
Absolutely. That's why
yes.
it's called a practice.
That's right.
That's
Because
right.
it never stops.
Now,
Never stop.
other than your psychic abilities, do you guys use any other form of divination, such as tarot cards, runes, reading tea leaves?
Yes.
I love my tarot cards. Okay, so I'm a huge supernatural nerd.
Good.
Like,
What? Hell, hold on a minute, baby. I have never seen one episode of that show.
Ken, you would love it.
I know, right? I should cross my. Is it this way or is it this way? Anyway, go
listen,
ahead.
you're lucky that we're still friends with me knowing that, because what the hell?
I'm
I
a
know.
huge fan, if that makes you feel any better.
It does. Thank you. Because number one,
Oh,
Dean
shit.
Winchester.
You don't think really? You? I feel like he's overrated a little bit, kind of like Brad Pitt's way overrated.
Oh no, you need to watch. Just watch it.
All right, girl, go ahead, baby.
Thank you. So I read tarot cards, and they came out with supernatural tarot cards. So naturally, I bought them, and they, it's super crazy because you buy tarot cards that you are drawn to. They essentially call to you. You're not getting them; they're getting you. Okay,
100%. That's right, 100%.
So, I knew I was going to love them the moment I bought them, but when I opened them, I was like, oh shit. Because they have been the most accurate tarot cards I've ever had. And
really?
I only use them for personal uses. I don't use them on other people. Every once in a while, I'll pull a card for a friend. So like I pulled a couple cards for you.
You did, and that was what, about a month ago, roughly?
Yeah, those were my supernatural cards.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've ever seen the meme. It's a girl sitting cross-legged on the floor smoking a cigarette, and it says something along the lines of, when you give yourself a reading with your tarot cards and they lecture the shit out of you, or something like that. That's what happens with my tarot cards every single time. So I use them a lot to guide my decisions. I use them actually to make the decision to get the hell out of Dodge and move up north. And it was amazing, because if I was second guessing my decisions, or I felt like, oh, maybe I'm jumping the gun, I'd pull a card and they'd be like, listen, bitch, you need to chill out and just still do it. I'm like, okay.
I'm so glad you found that deck that doesn't pull punches, because I have one and it's beautiful. And every time I read from it, I cry. And when I read to other people, they cry. And sometimes it's a good cry, and sometimes it's, oh God, I fucked everything up cry. But it works.
You know what? Okay, and I know you guys have probably seen the show. I love the show, Penny Dreadful.
Oh my God.
I love that show.
Yeah, right. Eva Green, yes.
Yes.
Okay, you know those tarot cards that Eva Green uses?
Uh-huh.
I bought those bitches.
You did not.
I did, baby. You can get them on Amazon all day long, girl.
Yeah,
holy shit, we got to do that.
You.
Penny Dreadful, and that's what they're labeled as, something like Penny Dreadful tarot cards, but it's the same ones. It's an exact replica of the ones that Eva Green uses in the show.
That's so cool.
That is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. Get those cards,
love.
Baby. Get those cards.
Love tarot cards. Like, for a long time, I started reading cards for people when I was 14. And I started out using tarot cards, but then after a while, I kind of shied away from it and just did like the oracle cards and things like that.
Yeah.
And then about a year ago, I picked up tarot cards again, and it was so crazy to me, because the minute I picked up another deck, they were like, "It's about fucking time."
That's what they said to you, right?
Yep. And I was like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
I can't put them down anymore.
I have some cards that I use. It's a Goetic tarot system.
They're so beautiful.
They are, and I vibe with them, okay? Because I'm just hateful, mean, and evil. No, seriously, I do vibe. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, girl.
Those are absolutely the top 3 words. Sure.
No, but I read tarot. I also read runes. Even though runes is when you get into runes is first of all, runes are for internal and external magical change. Secondary, they are for divination. Yeah. But as far as my tarot readings, I love the Goetic tarot cards. Yes.
And absolutely. What about the other ones? Ken has this deck that you can see the reverse.
Yes, I have this tarot deck that shows everything from behind.
Oh my God.
So it's the Rider-Waite tarot deck, but it's from the back perspective of
It's
the
like
card.
first person
What?
view of tarot. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Go get
Okay.
it.
Keep talking to them. Give me a second and I'll get them, okay?
Okay.
Because I want everybody to see this. It's amazing.
I gotta get my channel cards.
Oh dear Lord.
Hold on.
So other than tarot, Chelsea, what sort of magic do you do?
I like to call it Chelsea magic because I don't really follow any specific guidelines or anything like that because of her.
That's the way to go, though. Find
Yeah.
what fits your path.
So, I mean, I like to use stones and crystals. I love using anything having to do with fire.
So your candle magic and satchel burning and
Oh, yeah.
love
Or
it.
Just playing with my Zippo lighter because that's, relaxing in itself, even though she thinks I'm going to burn the house
She's a
down.
pyro.
I love
She's
fire.
never burned the house down once. Her track record is great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an Aries. I'm a fire sign by nature, so obviously I'm going to love fire. Hi.
that makes sense.
It's great. So I just kind of just go with the flow with it. I do what I feel versus, trying to, because there was a time where I was like, well, maybe I'm not doing something right. Maybe I need to, look into different things. But then every time I would look into something and study it, I'm like, no.
Yeah, not for me.
no.
Okay, guys. All right. So, the magician card, right?
Yep.
It's a beautiful card. It's the one I relate to the most. But check this out, baby.
No shit.
That's so cool.
Oh, that
Is
is
that,
awesome.
is that a monkey?
Yeah, it's a monkey. And it shows what the magician, it's first person stuff. This is a chaos magician's dream.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's just that one. All right. Let's look at the Fool. Let's look at the Fool. You're familiar with this, right? Yeah. See?
Oh, that's so
Oh
cool.
my God.
I need this deck.
Yeah.
I can send you a link later.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
One more. Because there's a lot. I'm not going to do them all. The
Is there
Hermit,
like, I don't know, 72, 76?
78.
78, yeah. Oh, wow.
You gotta get that done.
But I tell you what, I love. Isn't that amazing?
I love that.
She just loves monkeys.
You don't see that, but you don't see that.
Yeah. That's so cool.
With this deck, you see what's going on. What's really going on.
Yes. Wonderful.
So she wants to show you guys. This is a very special tarot deck. We lost a very dear friend.
A dear friend. She was more like a sister, and she practiced a lot of magic.
Yes.
And she talked to Gabrielle
Okay.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she had, at the end, she had a black wolf following her.
Okay.
And she's just a wonderful lady, and she died of cancer. But her husband at her memorial takes me to the side, and he's like, I have something I need to give you from Dina. And I said, okay. He says, I can't give it to you in front of everybody else. And I'm like, I got ya. He takes me out back and he hands me this.
Oh.
Wow. Beautiful.
All I could hear was her laughing. You little smartass.
These cards, it's like holding pornography in your hand.
Well, show
Oh my
them. It's
God.
okay. Come on, let's see. Oh, a
Those
little
are
Kama Sutra stuff
amazing.
going.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
here.
you show them.
Well, let's find some good ones here.
Yeah, leave it to Chelsea to find the good ones.
Oh,
If there are any
this is
children
one of my
watching,
favorites.
I don't think there's any children to watch this. Oh, he's
beautiful.
doing the dirty deed.
I
I can't look at that.
I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know what that means.
Here, I'll find you another good one.
I'm so innocent.
Oh, sure, Ken.
Okay.
Sure.
They can't see it, you duba.
Oh, well, you do it.
Oh, jeez.
What does that mean?
But
You guys,
God,
that's
I just laughed
awesome.
the whole night because it's like, you seriously, you little bitch, you're doing this and laughing.
Well, I mean, there's freaking cards where they're tag teaming. Look
Hey.
at this shit. Like,
Whoa.
Oh, they running a train, baby.
yeah, like
That's what I don't know what they call it up there, but in the South they call it running a train.
Running a train.
Running a train. And Laura Laura, I love you, baby. Laura Romaine says, show us the best position.
I got you, Laura. I got you.
She's looking.
I will find it.
There is one in there that's pretty.
There is one in here that I was like, what in the actual
Oh my
fuck
God.
am I looking at?
I had no idea you guys were so crazy.
I have a quick question while you're looking. Have you ever run across a deck that didn't like you?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's weird because I will get decks out. I'm compelled to get the deck, and it's not for personal use. It's for giving them to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Recently, I had bought a deck. It was beautiful because it was like folklore and mythology tarot cards.
Yeah.
And I loved these cards, but they were like, no, we're really not into you. You're cool, but we're not into you. I'm like, all right, fair. And so I ended up giving them to a very dear friend of mine who was interested in their tarot. And when I gave them to her, she's like, Chelsea, I'm not kidding you. I just had a reading from someone else, and they said that I would be given a gift in a blue box. And those tarot cards were in a blue box. So I was meant to buy those for her.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I've never looked at it that way because I have a deck that absolutely will not work with me at all.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give it to Ken actually next time.
Yeah, it's a Santeria deck.
Mhm.
And for some reason, she has an issue with it. Now, my religion is Catholic voodoo. Okay. That's my religion. But my practice is I'm chaos magic. I'm chaos magician. But my religion is Catholic voodoo. So I could definitely incorporate the Santeria tarot cards into what I do for sure. 100%. Yeah.
It's all yours. I'll show you. Hold on. I'll get them while you guys are
Yeah,
still
please
on it.
do. Absolutely. I'd love to see them.
Any of those?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, Robert, hang on. Robert says, Robert, you are a trip. Nothing better than pulling a train.
All
right.
Robert. No.
No, Robert. Gotta love him.
So, Laura, this card is for you. I hope you enjoy.
Oh my word.
Yeah, they're having a good time. You know, that reminds me of a Faustus witches mass with okay, you know Faustus, right? The wizard in the Middle Ages that made a pact with Mephistopheles.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to go to all these witches balls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there was demons having sex with women and women having sex with demons and men doing men and women doing women and the elderly doing the young and whatever. Anything went, even bestiality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what that reminds.
I always call it the judgment card because no matter what you do, you're going to get judged.
Yeah, we're all going to get judged, baby. That's for sure. Laura Romaine says, laughing my ass off. I laughed so loud, I scared my bird. We love you so much, Laura. Thank you for
Laura's
tuning in.
amazing.
She is awesome. And Laura Romaine is also a very powerful psychic.
Oh,
Excellent.
wonderful.
She picked up on 3 spirits that's with me. One is a jinn, one is a demon, and the other one will keep a mystery. Shh.
Okay, so I got these 2 cards to show you. This is a Santa Muerte deck.
I love her. Yes.
You can kind of see
That's
they're
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
So Ken, these are coming your way.
All right. I'm ready, baby. When you coming to see me?
Oh, we got to make it soon, I promise.
Because we're only like, what, 3.5 hours away?
Yeah, not too far.
Oh, that's not
Yeah, Donna, Chelsea, me and Mr. Speed, we only live like 3.5 hours away
Well, that's
from
closer than
one
me.
another. So, well, yeah. You know what? I would come to see you guys if you pay for my plane ticket.
Oh, sure.
Let me play some Keno and we'll go from there.
Wait until like January and we'll come see you.
The furthest north I have ever been was Chicago.
Really? Well,
And
you guys
I hated every fucking moment of that
I was
place.
gonna say,
I
no,
mean,
you take that.
It was horrible. You got to realize, baby, I am in Florida, North Florida, south of Tallahassee. I'm in the woods, literally, the swamps, the woods, you know.
he would like it here.
He would like.
And I'm not Chicago. Holy shit! Everybody was an asshole.
Yep.
They are assholes.
I went to McDonald's. I just wanted an order of small fries. What you want?
Some fucking fries.
Well, I didn't know to say it like that. What you want? Is it, a small order of fries. Yeah, okay. Wow. But I did go to the steps of the club Excalibur. Excalibur is where Ghost Adventures went.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, my roommate at the time was only 18. I should have slapped him in the mouth and threw him in a bucket somewhere because I really wanted to go into this club and experience it because you had to be 21 to get in, and I was 23. But yeah, Chicago, not a place I want to go, baby.
Nope, not even remotely interested in that place.
I mean, when I took an Amtrak, I took a train, Amtrak, okay? At first, it was cool. We left Tallahassee, Florida, and we were headed up. I was actually headed up to Akron, Ohio, okay? Nasty ass industrial town.
Mm-hmm.
And nasty as hell. Tallahassee's clean, baby. But I was headed up there to see a friend of mine. We had an 8-hour layover in Chicago. So we get off the train and we get into a cab. And the cab driver's like, "Where do you want to go, sir?" I said, "I want to go to Chelsea." I said, "I want to go to a hotel that's a bit inexpensive." "I do not know what you mean inexpensive. I'll take you to a hotel." So anyway, I don't know what the hell he was. Maybe he was Russian. I don't know. Fuck. So we get to a hotel and he goes in and he's like the emissary, you know. "They want $385 a night." What? I said, "You know what? Just drop me off at a fucking bar." So I go to a bar, I get drunk, and there's a lady there. She's an Oriental lady. She's cool as shit. And I said, "Girl, I need a hotel room." She says, "I know where you need to go. You need to go to Tokyo Hotel." Tokyo Hotel, which, by the way, there's a group called Tokyo Hotel. Didn't know that at the time. And we only paid like $50. Anyway, the problem was we got it. Okay, so we walked down the hallway. There's these scantily clad women. They're whores, obviously.
Whatever.
There's these men with these Columbo jackets on, and they have liquor bottles just falling out everywhere. We get on the fucking elevator, and there's this guy sitting in a goddamn lawn chair running the elevator. There's no wall. There's no doors on the elevator. He's like, "Where you guys from?" We're like, "We're from Florida." "I hate the fucking coast. You got rotary phones there still?" It's like, dude, I just want to go to my room. We're on like the 8th floor. We get to the 8th floor. This is in November in Chicago. It's fucking cold. It's the Windy City for real.
Yeah.
There's a huge, massive blood stain about 25 to 30 inches wide in the bed. I sleep on the floor. My roommate, he's a dork. So whatever. I don't give a shit what he does. But I got to take a shower. There's no hot water. I'm clean. I'm taking a shower. It's like 19 degrees outside. I take a shower anyway. I'm like, oh my God, I've never been so cold in my life. It was the most horrendous experience. But I went back to the bar. I said, fuck the dumb shit. I got drunk. These bitches hated me. Let me tell you what happened. They started making fun of me because of my accent, because I'm from the South or whatever. So I put $50 worth of country music in that fucking jukebox before I left. And I don't even like country music. I'm hard rock, you know?
God.
But at Club Excalibur.
We need to adopt him.
Yeah.
Already done.
I'm available. Club Excalibur is one of the most haunted clubs in Chicago. And I know that Zach Bagans, Ghost Adventures, I know they've been there as well. I almost got in there if it wasn't for my skinny ass Skeletor looking roommate. The bitch was only 18.
Oh, damn it.
I know, right? I should have went in there anyway, but I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I get it. Next time, don't feel bad.
No. If
Right?
you get out here, you'll be fine.
Donna, I want to hear more about your kitchen witchery. We've gone on a little tangent, but I want to hear more about you and your kitchen witchery. It's always fascinated me.
Yes, please.
And what do you want to know?
Anything you can tell me. What's your favorite spell? What's your most simple spell? Whatever.
Oh, the love spells are always the best.
Really?
They really are.
She's a tinkerer.
You know, if I can bring people together that truly need to be together,
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for it.
Why haven't you found my husband yet?
Or mine.
We don't have one yet. And sometimes people don't get them.
That's fine. People suck anyway.
Baby, you know what? Just be a lesbian. To hell with the dick. To hell with the dick. Go to the pussy.
You know,
I'll be your husband,
I
Chelsea.
told her that.
you know, Mistress
Girl,
B might
let me
take
tell you
up
what,
on-
Chelsea. Mistress B will rock your world.
You know, I can hardly handle my own taco, let alone take on another one.
Oh, you call it a taco. I like that. I thought people called it clams.
Maybe they do down south.
They do. They
You
call
wait
it clams.
till Tuesday. We'll take care of the taco.
Oh, to the God.
Well, that just happened.
Mhm.
Conrad on here, he'd eat this right up.
Something right
Yeah,
now.
you would. It'd be the hot diggity dog.
You guys are a trip. I love it. I love it.
Ken, just as a sidetrack, I wanna tell you something that you'll just get a giggle out of. When we first heard about you,
Uh-huh.
I was kind of intimidated in the sense of I was like, can I swear in front of this guy? Like, is he offended?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Because all right. Yeah. I know. Because I am, and I still am. Well, I guess. I may have been defrocked. I'm sure I'm defrocked, but you know what? I don't care. I still do it. Yes, I am an ordained Catholic priest. A lot of people don't know that, but I am. And I know the ins and outs of the Catholic Church, the Vatican, and all that stuff. But I have severed my ties with the Vatican. But I do work with the independent sacramental movement because the Vatican is corrupt and evil.
They always
Yeah.
start as political.
Very, very, baby. Very.
Well, yeah, I thought you would get a kick out of that. I'm like, am I allowed to swear in front of him? Like, is he gonna get mad and tell me I'm going to hell? I don't know what to
No,
do.
baby. You know, and that brings me to something. I got after our Mistress B, do you remember the podcast we did where I read out of the Satanic Bible?
Yes. Yeah.
I read the 9 satanic statements and we kind of went over it, you know. So I had some people say or contact me and say, where do you think hell is located? Okay, I don't know if everyone watching right now is aware, but there's this big recording going on. It's been since the 80s, I think. Okay, so a little history. Siberia, Russia. All right. The Russians drilled a hole in Siberia, miles and miles and miles and miles deep. And they pulled the drill up and they dropped like this super sensitive microphone down in there. And you can actually look this shit up on YouTube. Okay.
I've looked it up.
You've heard it, right, baby?
Yep.
Okay. And apparently you hear screams, whatever. It's bullshit. But, you know, people screaming in hell. And even one person said Hitler on a Hitler on a microphone and people screaming in agony. Da, 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 da. It sounds from hell or some shit like that. Right. Exactly, Robert. Thank you, bro. And that's bullshit. Anyway, hell is not located in the center of the earth.
No.
Okay. If hell exists within the Christian concept of hell, it does not exist in the center of the earth. It would exist in another dimension.
Yep. Absolutely.
It would have to.
Yes.
Heaven is not in the clouds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Heaven would not exist in the clouds. Heaven would exist in another dimension. Hell is located within my ex-lover.
Robert, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree too. I agree too, Robert. That bitch was, never mind. But yeah, now if hell does exist in the Christian sense or in the Christian concept of hell, it would be definitely in another dimension. I don't think there is a concept of true hell, but I do believe, and we've talked about this on podcasts in the past, that people such as Ted Bundy and Hitler, John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer,
Mhm.
those people are living hell.
Yes.
Wherever that may be. I
Yes.
believe it's in another dimension.
100%.
And there is a difference between goetic spirits and actual demonic entities. Most goetic spirits are gods from ancient Mesopotamia that were demonized by organized religion.
Yep.
That makes better sense, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And we cannot put human morality. We cannot put human morality on something as ancient and old as a goetic spirit, aka a Mesopotamian or Sumerian or Babylonian god. We can't do that. We can't do that.
Yep.
Okay.
I had a friend once tell me everyone goes through hell on earth.
Sure.
At one time of your life or another, you live hell. You go through hell. And when you die, you go to another stage of your life.
Mhm.
And everything bad is left behind. And she was so pure of heart that it made perfect sense for her. And I think it makes a lot of sense for a lot of other people too.
Yeah. I like that. I hope that's true.
I do too.
I don't really worry about the afterlife too much.
Because you'll be dead.
Well, that's a good way to put it. Cheers. Cheers. Even though I'm drinking Sprite, cheers.
Go.
Actually, I switched to Coca-Cola. I got the Sprite from my mother. She loves Sprite. Those Sicilians love Sprite, baby.
How's your mom's temper?
What's that?
How's your mom's temper?
Woo!
Yep.
Baby. I saw her beat my dad's ass with a walking stick one time.
Good woman. What?
Good woman. Yes. You don't fuck with a Sicilian, baby.
No, you don't fuck with mom.
I'm gonna tell you what, you think a Sicilian woman is bad? Piss off a Sicilian man, baby.
Oh,
We don't give a shit who's around.
I love that.
that's the way it be.
Okay, so let me ask you something, Don and Chelsea. What are some of your favorite witchcraft and or magical practices on a daily basis? Do you have something that you do on a daily basis?
Daily basis. I do typically play with my tarot cards every day.
Awesome.
That's probably the most common thing that I do, but I also, and I said this earlier, I really, really love crystals and stones or just like rocks in the driveway because, you know, they all call to you for a reason. It doesn't have to be something fancy. It's still something of the earth. So
Absolutely. That's right.
I'm always drawn to, you know, stuff outside.
Well, the demon, Stolas, or goetic spirit, Stolas. Actually, I have a shirt on. Stolas. Do you see this? This is his sigil, the sigil of Stolas. Now, the primary demons I work with is Stolas and Orobos. And Mr. Speed knows that. But Stolas teaches you the magic and the properties of herbs and gems and stones and crystals. But here's the thing that a lot of people don't think about or talk about. There is a dark side to crystals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not just all about feeling good and healing. Oh, I feel great today. You know, it's not all about that bullshit. You know, it's not all about that fluff bunny feel good stuff. Stolas will teach you the darker aspects of not just herbs, but crystals.
Okay.
The darker aspects of quartz, obsidian, hematite, even. You know what? I think you guys are intelligent enough and mature enough. You guys should look into the demon Stolas.
Absolutely. That would be very intriguing.
I think you should, because there is a dark side to gems and crystals.
Well, you know, the way I look at it is if it's something that's derived from nature, nature in itself isn't good or bad. It's just raw.
That's right.
So it just depends on how you use everything. Treat it. And you know what your intentions are, the energy that you're focusing into it. You could be a self-proclaimed light worker, but if you have some fucked up thoughts in your head, that's going to be in your magic work. You're not going to escape your true self.
That's right. That's right.
That's
Your
why
true
shadow work is so important.
Yes,
absolutely.
You have to embrace both sides, or there's just too much imbalance, and that's why I feel a lot of people don't have a good grasp on magic work because they don't understand that they have to see both sides
instead of bringing it all in.
Right.
You have, yes.
One thing.
Yeah, there has to be a balance, and if you concentrate on one over the other, you're imbalanced.
Yeah.
So Laura Romaine says, I keep hearing whispers from the live. Swear it's Ken's Jin yelling at me. Oh no, not you, bitch. Yes, it's true. I do have a personal Jin spirit who is with me and who protects me. And without getting into too much detail, I did have someone a while back who tried to read me psychically, and my Jin, he stepped in and basically gave this person a warning and said, don't fucking read him. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a she, a he. To me, it relates as a he. I don't know. But this Jinn spirit said, don't fucking read me to the person that was trying to read me. And me and this person are friends. So a demon is one thing, but when you have a Jinn, and I've grown up with a Jinn, I've known about his existence since I was 6 years old. You don't want to cross. You don't want to cross them. So, and I'm sure you guys have guardian spirits.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about those.
I have two that I know of. Well, that I know of. Let me rephrase that. I have two that I work with the most. The other ones just kind of come and go in passing. So, one of the ones that I refer to it as my stubborn side is my dragon, because dragons are stubborn little shits. So he likes to come out and play when I'm in that mindset. And then the other one, the way that he was proclaimed to me, and I've seen him, is he is huge. Like he's at least 2 stories tall. He has very big wings, and he's a hugger. He's always with me, and like if I feel myself becoming threatened, it's almost like I have my own wings that will come out threateningly. So like if you're watching Supernatural and you see Castiel and he's like, rah!
Castiel, yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel when it's like when a cat's hackles go up, my wings go up, but it's actually him because he's like, nope.
Not today.
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned
Mothman.
It's interesting that you mentioned Castiel because I've had him come up a lot during some of my Goetic card readings with tarot. I have Goetic tarot cards. Obviously, we talked about that earlier, and he's been coming up a lot. So that's interesting. Yeah.
See, it's just another sign you need to watch Supernatural.
Yeah.
Do you think I can get into it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. The cool thing about Supernatural is it goes into both sides of the spectrum. There are moments in that show where it's like, God, this got fucking dark.
Really?
Yes. It's pretty good.
Okay, because right now, I'll be honest with you, I am a Star Trek freak. I love Star Trek. You know, Captain's Log, Stardate 43982.6. We are headed to the Diridium system. Yeah, I love Star Trek. But, okay, so it's going to be hard to get me away from Star Trek.
You don't have to be away from Star Trek. You just...
No, I'm going to, if I'm going to watch a series, I'm going to commit.
Okay.
And that's on Netflix, right?
Yes. Now, mind you, I'm assuming it's because of licensing purposes. One thing you'll also like about Supernatural, it's got amazing music, but the first season, they don't have the original soundtrack. It's the Netflix music, so that part sucks. But once you get to the second season, they have the original music again.
It's
so
like watching porn with bad music.
Yeah, kind of.
Wait a minute now. Why does porn even need me? Who cares about music? We want to hear the natural noises.
I don't know why they play that shit.
It's just
like that. Do 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 do.
What was that? Years ago, Debbie Does Dallas, and all you heard through the one part was bubbles, 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 and I'm like,
Debbie, what? Debbie's a skeleton now, right? That bitch is a skeleton. Do you guys? Oh my god! And I am nobody straight. Okay. Do you guys remember? I'm not straight, but do you guys remember Marilyn Chambers? Marilyn Chambers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a nasty bitch.
Yes.
She would go down on a fence post. Oh my god. You guys are a trip. I have so enjoyed this. Laura Romaine. Oh, I have a question. When buying tarot cards, do you have to be drawn to a deck or find one that suits you, or can you just buy a deck and go?
That's That's a great question, and honestly, I think it differs from person to person. So myself, I go with cards that I'm immediately drawn to. But I know people that will just go in a store and go, eeny, meeny, miny, that one, and it works.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on how you feel about it, and I guess how quick you can make those decisions. So
I personally think they need to call out to you.
yes.
If you want them to work correctly for you, they need to be part of you.
Well, and the same thing could be said about working with certain entities, right? Working with gods and goddesses, angels, demons, even the jinn, obviously. Okay, so years ago, in the 90s, I got a calling to work with the Allfather. You know who the Allfather is, right?
I know.
Odin.
Oh.
Wodenaz in the ancient Germanic. Wodenaz. I got a calling to work with Odin. Wodenaz. And I learned the runes and I spent years. I have been studying and working with the runes since I was 15 years old, and I am 45 now. And Odin called to me. And he's an asshole. He is an asshole. But I would think that the cards, you know, the tarot or runes or any kind of system like that would be somewhat the same way. Chelsea, you know it to be true.
Sorry, I got distracted.
I said, you know it to be true.
Yes.
When it comes to tarot, what card would you say you relate to the most?
You know, it's funny because every time I think of that, I'm kind of with you when it comes to the Magician, because that's always the one that comes up. But the other one that always comes up for me as well is the Seven of Pentacles. Every time.
Tell us why that is, baby.
Well, that one I affectionately refer to it as the fake it till you make it card.
Yep.
You're damn right, girl. You're damn right. You know what?
I make it all the time.
You know what? Even Simon Cowell will say that shit. And we all know who that hog head is. Yep. You know, fake it till you make it. And yes, he does. Simon Cowell does have a hog head. He does. And I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean, that bitch got a big head physically, well, kind of like Lawrence Fishburne. But yes, fake it till you make it. Absolutely.
Chelsea
100%.
and Ken, I'm so jealous of you guys because the card that you're called to is something epic or something inspirational.
Well, which one are you called to, baby?
The death card. It basically means my life is always in that moment of like upheaval, and I have to just continuously like shed my shell or shed my skin and keep going. But
well, okay, all right. Let me ask you this, Mistress B, from a Muskogee Creek Indian Native American perspective, because my father is Muskogee. Do you have, or do you feel that you might have snake medicine?
I definitely think so. I've always been drawn to snakes. Something about them is so powerful. I want to get a snake tattoo. I had a snake for years, and I love it. Yeah, I did. Her name was Cerberus.
That's
really?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to go into a whole lot about it. I don't want to talk about it a lot, but somebody's been putting me on the internet.
What?
Somebody has been putting me on the internet. And I'm not going to say where. I think I know who it is, but they've been using one of my secret names.
Uh-oh.
And I will say the first part of that secret name is Cerberus. But somebody's been putting me on there. I don't know who, but
it's not Pornhub, is it?
No.
Sorry,
I had to ask.
Maybe it should be, right?
At least you make an extra buck.
Hey, Chelsea, what do you know about Pornhub, girl? You don't know nothing. Yeah, Donna, you find out right now. Smack her. Smack her.
Block the Wi-Fi tonight. Bad girl.
If I was directing,
turn the camera off, Donna, and smack her.
No, I don't know much about Pornhub because I'm boring when it comes to that shit. So.
Well, okay. Do you guys have boyfriends, husbands, anything like that?
I have dogs.
I have a husband.
All men are dogs.
Yes, they are.
Okay, so Donna, you have a husband, right?
Yep.
How many years, baby?
Oh, Jesus. A long time.
Forever.
So long you had to call on the name of Jesus?
Yeah. Thinking it's going on. We've been married 34 years. We were together 3 years before that. So
That's great, though. That's beautiful.
it is.
Now, what does he think about your paranormal and magical activities?
It's funny. When we first got together, he never judges anybody. Which
Good.
is what I love about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the more in tune he became about how I was, you could see the question marks starting. And finally, we had Chelsea together, and then her little enlightening came, and he started paying more attention.
Mm-hmm.
And the one day at the farmhouse, he came up to me and he goes, "Can I ask you a question?" And I said, "Yeah, what's the matter? What'd you see?" And he just was like, "I seen this black foggy thing coming right at me, and then it was gone."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "That's the farmer. You're opening up."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Keep that up. You'll see more." And he's like, "No, that's good. I don't need to see anymore."
Oh, well, I'll tell you a story. He went from, yeah, I guess that kind of stuff can happen, to he'll go into the kitchen and be like, "All right, guys, I want you to open every other cupboard door." And he'll run out of the room. He'll go back in 20 minutes later. Every other cupboard door is open.
True.
He'll shut them all and he'll be like, "Okay, let's do every second cupboard." I'm like, "Dad, quit fucking with our
Oh
ghosts."
my God. Like, leave them alone.
You know what? You guys are awesome. Let me ask you guys this. Have you guys ever heard of the podcast Bigfoot and the Bunny?
Yes.
I haven't.
I've heard of it only, though, because of your podcast. So.
I love Bigfoot and the Bunny. And okay, what state are you guys in?
Michigan.
Okay. Well, Bigfoot and the Bunny are somewhere up in that area. Sorry, Chris. I don't remember. But Bigfoot and the Bunny, Chris Carr and Kristen Johnson. I love those guys. They are amazing. They are great people. And they are somewhat up in that area.
Mhm.
They are paranormal investigators. And you know what? You guys get a chance, check out their podcast.
Oh, we will.
They are great. You would love those guys. They are a husband and wife team.
Oh, I love
Awesome.
it.
They are good people. And I've been on their podcast twice.
Great.
So look them up.
I will.
All you got to do is type in Ken Allen Occultist.
You know, fun story. Where we live in West Branch. West Branch is the Bigfoot capital of Michigan.
Really?
Wow.
Yep.
Well, so
Really? I didn't know that. Well, you know what? We got a shit ton where I'm at, especially my surrounding counties. We got a shit ton of what's called skunk apes.
Okay.
You know what that is, right?
Bigfoot.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Florida. It's
Yeah.
the Florida Bigfoot.
Yep.
And I'm currently working with a guy named Stacy Brown. We are working on, we're working on a lot of things that's going to be on Amazon Prime Television.
Okay.
So don't be surprised if you see my crazy ass on Amazon TV.
I look
Exciting.
forward to that.
Yeah, I'll be clothed.
You're not going to be a skunk ape.
Now, I might be a skunk, but I'm not going to be an ape.
Are you?
Actually, Robert, you know what? I will be filming in the Okeechobee area. Me and Stacy Brown will be going to Lake Okeechobee area and very soon. Actually, I don't know if it's going to be a couple of weeks or less than a month or whatever. But yeah, we will be going down there.
How exciting.
Yeah, for sure. Stacy Brown, check him out, look him up, and look up the Mookie Experiment. I will be in that show.
Okay.
Nice.
I will be on that show called the Mookie Experiment. I can't say a whole lot more. Okay.
Got it.
But you'll find the Mookie Experiment on Amazon. Television Prime, whatever the hell it's called. I don't know.
Stop petting him.
I love that growl they do. It's like demons. And yes, I love the Everglades too. I've only been down there once, and there is a power to the Everglades. The Everglades. Have you guys ever been to that south?
Yes.
Isn't it just anthropomorphic?
Oh my God.
I love Florida. Like,
Don't you feel like everything in your body just opens up when you're going through there?
It's so anthropomorphic. And all around me are swamps. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I actually live 2 miles down the road from Wakulla Springs, which is where they filmed Creature from the Black Lagoon and a lot of the Tarzan movies with Johnny Wiseman.
Where's that one with the glass bottom boats?
Wakulla Springs, baby.
That's what it was. Yeah.
That's right down the road from me.
Okay.
I could walk to it.
Oh my God.
I could walk to it.
Come see you.
Yes.
Yeah,
If
come
you're in
visit
Florida,
us.
if you're in Florida, come and see me. But what I was going to say,
February, I'll be down.
you think we're crazy online? Wait till you meet us in person.
I love it.
and Robert, you're right. Robert, I have actually swam with manatees, and they are amazing.
Well, I love manatees.
They will let you hug them and hold them, and they don't care. As long as they have something green to eat, they don't care.
Oh, they love cabbage.
They're
But-
like happy little floating turds.
Yes.
Yeah, well, they shit a ton, I'll tell you that. And it just floats away. You know, as long as it's downstream and you're going up, it's okay.
That's all right.
But in Florida, we have a lot of seafood. But Donna, and Chelsea, I was going to say, if I come up there, you guys got to feed me.
Oh, I can do that.
You're talking to a kitchen witch, yo.
I can do that.
Got to make sure I eat, babies.
One thing I do is I cook.
She's a damn good cook. A damn good cook.
I see that, though. I see that.
Mhm.
And you have a passion for it, too, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You should see her when we go to a restaurant.
Well, tell me about that. I want to know. Does she wait? Does she bitch at the waiter?
Oh,
No.
listen.
No.
She'll sit there and she'll smooth out her area like she's getting ready. Okay. Open up the menu. And then she goes down and picks something. She orders it. When it's sat in front of her, she's like,
She smells the menu?
No, the food.
Okay.
and I can
like the
see
menu.
it. She doesn't have to say anything because I know the face. I know the face. She'll take a bite, and when she doesn't like something, she does this.
The Gordon Ramsay of witches, Laura Romaine says. I love
And I'm
it.
like, you don't like your food, do you? And she's like, this is fucking terrible.
Oh
Now, is that her exact words?
Yes.
Write that down, because next time I go to a restaurant, I'm going to say that shit. I'm going to tell my husband, Kevin, this is fucking terrible. Poetry by Donna.
no.
That's the way I'm going to say it. This is fucking terrible. Poetry by Donna.
Terrible. It's not.
Real quick, because we're getting close to the end of the night. I got this book. Mistress B, can you pull it up? There you go. The complete book of devils and demons. This is a great book. I love this book so much. It is full of so much ancient material. Okay, I don't give a shit if you agree with it or not. Buy this book on Amazon.
Okay.
$25. And it's worth it.
I'm down.
And there's a lot of beautiful illustrations, a lot of beautiful wood, the wood carvings, the wood cuttings, the complete book of devils and demons.
Okay.
And there is a recipe in here. Give me a second. See if I can find it here.
Oh, demonic mac and cheese.
Okay, go ahead.
It's just made with extra pepper jack. I don't know.
I love pepper jack and I love Swiss. I could eat Swiss all day long. My husband says it smells like feet. Okay, maybe I have a fetish, but I love Swiss and I love black olives. So,
Ew.
really?
Boogers.
You don't like black olives?
Boogers.
Yeah, but if you take black and green olives, chop them up real small with some onions and some cheese, and then mix it in the burger and cook it. Oh my god!
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
see, she knows what she's talking. No, don't make that face, Chelsea. Your mama knows what she's talking about, baby. What's that?
I will make whatever face I want.
Yes, ma'am.
Demonic. Laura O'Main says, laughing my ass off, demonic shepherd pie.
Ooh.
I think that's
Yes.
what we need to start next. We need to make a demonic cookbook.
Extra spice.
You know what, Mistress B? We better do that shit right now. We better get a patent license, whatever the hell you call it, and do that shit.
All right, you heard it here live recording it. Nobody else do it. We've got dibs.
I know, because if you do it, I'm gonna put a curse on your ass to make your ass turn purple and blue.
Recipe from each person you have come on here.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so out of this book, there is a incense recipe that I really love and that I will implement, and I will do it because Mistress B, you know me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fucking do this shit.
Oh, I know.
And I won't think twice about it.
Nope.
Let me see if I can find it here. Everybody give me just a second because it's all mixed in with these words. All right. It says, here's a magical incense formula by weight. 40% frankincense, 30% sandalwood, 10% myrrh, 10% cinnamon, 5% patchouli leaf, and 5% orris root, all powdered, and throw in a dash of saltpeter. When burned with incantations, and I know the incantations, whether it's in this book or not, baby, I know some incantations. When burned with incantations, it is said to bring devils and demons to do your will. And based on what I know about those ingredients, that's 100% true. 100% true. That shit will work.
Yeah,
it would smell wonderful, Sandy. Sandy Griffin. Come on. Big hand, everybody. Come on, Donna. Sandy. God. Sandy's on all the time. We love you so much. Thank you so much, Sandy. But that recipe right there, I'm going to do that shit. I'm going to bottle it and I'm going to sell it.
Do it.
Why not do it?
I'll take 3 bottles.
I'll give you 3 bottles. How many you want, Donna and Chelsea?
I want 2.
2?
I
For you, right, baby?
I prefer the number 3, so.
I prefer the number 666, but that's just...
It's fine.
Oh my God. You know what? It's been so much fun having you guys on tonight. For real.
Oh, we love being here with you guys.
I want you guys to come back.
Okay.
Oh,
I really do.
Twist it.
I want you guys to come back and, you know, what can I say? It's just been so much fun.
Yeah, it's been
You guys
awesome.
are so real.
It's good to be with good people.
Man, for once, somebody didn't say, you guys are assholes.
It's time to see it, actually.
Somebody loves us.
We do.
So
we do.
did you guys, just out of curiosity, did you guys tune into the show when I read out of the Satanic Bible?
I missed that one, but I'm going to go back and watch it.
And go back and watch it. Me and Mistress B had so much fun just reading. Well, we read what was called the 9 Satanic Statements. It was so much fun.
Okay.
We just had a good time, you know.
Wonderful.
I'm not a Satanist. I'm not an atheist either. But we just had so much fun reading out of that. You get a chance to check it out. It was great. It was a fun show.
Ken,
Yes.
I have a feeling that there's been a few times somebody has called you a little devil.
Oh yeah. Oh, honestly though,
Like a little shit.
I was definitely, yeah, that too. I was I was definitely accused of worshiping the devil when I was in high school.
Oh yeah.
So I had to scare the hell out of those backwoods redneck bastards.
I get it.
And I did.
When I was in 7th grade, I had this boy. He was taunting and harassing me. And he stood up in the lunchroom and he's like, "You're a witch! You're evil! You do spells and blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "And if you keep running your fucking mouth, I'm going to turn you into a toad." He left me alone. Can you imagine?
I bet he did. I bet he did.
Shit.
I was so pissed.
I bet he did. I was going to join the football team when I was in high school. And they were scared to tell me no. So I went up just to see. And they welcomed me with open arms because they were scared to tell me no. And I was like, "No, I ain't got time for it."
I'm good.
Just to see. Okay. Chelsea, Donna, thank you guys so much for coming on the Wizard's Table podcast with me and Mistress B.
Thanks for having me.
I am the Wizard's Table. Mistress B is the Wizard's Table. Donna, Chelsea, you are the Wizard's Table. Robert Wright, you are the Wizard's Table. Laura Romaine, you are the Wizard's Table. All of our listeners and all of our past guests, you guys are the Wizard's Table. Sandy Griffin, you are the Wizard's Table. And we thank you guys so much for your love and for your support. Donna, Chelsea, we want you on again for sure, 100%. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I have had so much fun tonight. I had no idea that you guys would be so insane. No clue. I thought you guys would be a bit more conservative. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
You Pornhub loving crazy ass bitches. Come back, please.
Oh, well, okay.
You get it. Okay.
Donna, I just have one request.
What?
Swing your hair, baby, one time.
Swing my hair, it's all done up.
No, come on, girl.
No, it really is.
Come on, girl. Just one time, baby.
Let it loose.
Let it loose, girl. Let it go, baby. Yes!
Beautiful.
All right.
Much better.
We love you guys so much. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Mistress B. Girl, you look great. What is that, a bat right here?
Yeah, it is a bat.
That's
I love
cute.
that.
Thank you. One of my friends wrapped it.
I love it. It's beautiful. But thank you, everyone who has tuned in tonight to the Wizard's Table podcast. Go ahead, baby.
Do you got a deck on your house?
No.
I do. A small one. On my old house.
Is there something going on with the step there that needs to be watched?
Okay. I will definitely. You know what? I think you're right because it's made out of it's not wood. It's that cheap shit boats used to be made out of. But yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I
Yes.
do. Yeah. Check that out.
I will.
All right.
Wow. Damn it, baby. You're on that 100% for real. Yes. I know exactly the material you're talking about. All right. So, Mistress B, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ken.
Donna and Chelsea, Spirit Sisters. Before we go, tell the audience how they can find you.
I'll leave that to you.
Spirit Sisters podcast. Because you guys have a podcast.
Yes.
We do have a podcast. Your easiest way to find us is on Facebook. Type in Spirits Sisters because somebody else kind of stole our name.
So spirits with a
Really?
Yes. So Spirits Sisters podcast, that will bring you to us. And we always post the link. Right now we're using Blog Talk Radio, but we are doing some research and looking into switching, but that's what we're using right now. We are on every Wednesday from 7 to 9.
I tell you what, first of all, I can hear that in my head. Blog Talk Radio. Isn't that how it's, did I get it?
You
Blog
did.
Talk Radio.
Yep.
You guys get on to something like StreamYard, I think you guys will be happy.
All
Let
right.
the people see you as well as hear you. That'll be great. I'll promote the hell out of you. Me
Yeah.
and Mistress B, we will promote the hell out of you guys. Because
Fantastic.
you guys need to be seen because you're both physically and spiritually beautiful people. No, for real. Yeah, kiss. You need to be seen and you need to be heard because what you guys do is great. And you guys give people a chance.
Absolutely. You got to listen.
You guys give people a chance to come on your show. You're not like some of these stuck-up shows.
No.
Oh my God, I wish I could get names, and I could, but I'm not. But you give people a chance to come
Absolutely.
on, and I think that's great. So,
Well, we're going to have you guys on too. So
You love
uh-oh.
it.
Well, we will do it. We will do
I
it,
know.
Please and
and
thank
we will act as bad or as good as you want us to, baby.
Oh,
Now-
you can act just as bad as you want.
Now, Mistress B, just make sure before you guys come on our podcast, he better have watched at least half a season.
I'm gonna try.
I will. Okay. I will start. Is Monday okay?
I guess.
All right, fine. Sunday night. Supernatural, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, Sunday night. Supernatural. I'll do it. I'll do it for you.
I'm worth it.
Oh,
You are. You are, girl. Especially if I come up north and you guys cook me some of that northern seafood.
Mhm.
Because if I come up there and I stay with you guys, you can't let me go hungry.
Oh,
you won't
trust
go
me.
hungry.
You'll never go hungry.
But I won't feed you northern seafood because you know what that is?
What?
Roadkill.
Okay, see, I'm totally ignorant. So I just want shrimp and fish and oysters.
We can do that.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. You guys were awesome. You guys were a trip. We love you so much. Thank you for coming on the Wizard's Table tonight. Laura Main says, eek! Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Mistress B. Thank you to all of our loyal viewers. God have mercy. We love you guys so much.
Love you. Take care.
Mwah.